Hey everyone! Welcome back to Blue Beans Not So Daily exposing my classmates. My name's Angel Cat, or Angel for short. So I'm an online school student now because I dealt with some really bad harassment that affected me mentally. Thankfully, things are better now. But every once in a while, I have to go in person for one class. This story takes place on one of those days. It was supposed to be a normal day. I just had to take a math test in the hall. When I walked in, I noticed a few old classmates. The ones who used to harass me. Two of them were blonde, but one stood out in particular. His hair was sticking out like he had just lost a fight with a hairdryer. We're gonna call him Brandon. As I'm sitting down, waiting for my Chromebook so I can log in to start the test, Brandon turns to his friend and actually asks, "Where's the best place to cheat? Like, WH80? Bro had the nerve to ask that while two teachers were standing right there. One of the teachers walks right over and says, "Nowhere." She didn't even sound mad. She just said it like she'd seen too much to care anymore. I was sitting there trying so hard not to laugh. Like, imagine thinking you could cheat when 1. We're being watched by two teachers. 2. We can't use Google, nor phones. After that, everyone started logging in for the math test. I was sitting next to a guy I knew pretty well. He used to be in my social studies class before I switched to online school. We'll call him Ralph. Anyway, both of us were struggling to log in because the testing site was acting up. Then another kid, whose name started with an E, let's call him Evan, asks, "Hey Ralph, did you log in yet?" Ralph goes, "Yeah," and Evan says, "Good boy." Everyone froze for a second. The same teacher who said "nowhere" earlier immediately turned to him and went, "Evan, that's not appropriate." I was dying inside. Now let's go to the during the test part. Once we actually started, I tried to focus even though math and I are not best friends. I hadn't studied much since moving to online school, but I gave it my best shot. Meanwhile, Brandon's crew were being loud. They were making whistling noises, and one of them even did a flirty whistle in the middle of a test. Like, bro, calm down. This is algebra, not a disco club. After the test, when I finished, I told the teacher I was done, and she said she'd text my social studies teacher to let them know I could leave. As I was heading back, guess who I ran into? Not Evan, not Brandon, not even Ralph. I ran into my friend Amagus. Yes, that's his nickname because he's obsessed with Among Us. He was doing a Harry Potter quiz on his computer, and I told him everything that went down. He was like, "Of course Brandon did that." My class finally ended at 10:40 am, but it was testing week, so we only had 2 classes instead of 4 closing parenthesis. So I packed up and went home.
Hey, you can call me Coffee. So today, I'm spilling some tea about this not-so-skibidi classmate of mine. Let's call her Sarah. So basically, Sarah and I used to be friends. We talk, hang out, share snacks, laugh over the dumbest jokes, normal friend stuff. But after a while, we stopped talking. There was no big fight or drama, just kind of drifted apart. But then, about a month later, everything went downhill. Out of nowhere, Sarah started spreading rumors about me. Like actual nonsense that made people start giving me side eyes. Stuff like, "Coffee said this about you," or "Coffee's fake, don't trust them." I was just sitting there like, girl, what did I ever do to you? It got so bad that people I used to hang out with started avoiding me. I'd walk into class, and then everyone is quiet. You know that weird, awkward tension where everyone suddenly finds their notebooks so interesting. Then I heard that Sarah told the teacher that I was bullying her. Like, what? I couldn't believe it. She was the one talking behind my back and making fun of me, and somehow I'm the problem? Thankfully, I managed to tell my side of the story. I explained everything clearly, and the teacher actually listened. So I didn't get in trouble, but now Sarah absolutely despises me. Honestly, kind of funny. It didn't stop there, though. Sarah started mocking my glasses and even my autism, which was just mean. Whenever she'd do it, I'd just stare at her like, wow, someone's really that insecure, huh? And to top it all off, She tried stealing my friends. She'd go up to them like, "Coffee's been bullying me," trying to make herself look like the victim. But thankfully, my real friends realized it before it was too late. At this point, I've learned not to let people like Sarah get under my skin. She can keep playing the victim card. I'll just keep sipping my coffee.
Hi guys, you can call me Lisa. So picture this, I'm in RTI. Basically, that's the time when you catch up on missing work or homework. Me and my friends had already finished everything, so of course, we were just yapping. But then, there was this one boy, let's call him Mop Head because, well, his hair looked like an actual mop head. Like, no hate, but if he stood next to a janitor's cart, you wouldn't even notice the difference. Anyway, Mop Head was known for being annoying as heck, especially toward the girls. You could literally be minding your own business, and there he'd be, making dumb jokes or weird noises. He thought he was funny, but trust me, no one was laughing. So Mophead strolls over to me, doing his "look I'm so funny guys" act, poking fun and trying to get on my nerves. I ignored him at first, but then he goes, "Wanna fight?" with that stupid smirk of his that makes me cringe so bad. So you know what I did? I stood up and looked him straight in the eye. And when I did, his face went from haha and hilarious to "oh no, she's serious." In 0.2 seconds, he looked shook. I swear I could see the fight or flight loading bar appearing in his brain. I just stood there like with my hands on my hips. My friends were trying not to laugh, and Mophead just froze. All of a sudden, he quickly backed up and started mumbling something like, I was just joking." So I'm going back to my seat and Mophead says, "Good girl. Excuse me." I whipped my head around so fast and gave him my glare like, "Keep talking and you'll regret it." Bro literally stopped and moved back. Every time after that, whenever he tried to annoy me or my friends and almost said it again, he'd catch my eye and stop immediately, which I liked a lot. Fast forward to the end of the year. 6th grade. The day Mophead finally transferred schools or whatever. Let me tell you, I was celebrating in my head like it was New Year's Eve.
Hey guys, I'm Rice Donut. Today I'm exposing my annoying Spunky classmate, let's call her Emily, because her name is from Thomas the Tank Engine. So I was just doing things in 7th grade, and the teacher said let's put a song on, and Emily said Spunky. And literally everyone said no, and she said Spunky is not Bringer even though it is as a Forsaken player. And she keeps calling people a good boy or a good girl. We found it sus, and she keeps saying you woo like WTH. Also, Emily touched someone's bottom, and it was very disgusting, like actually very disturbing and disgusting, and she almost put the Spunky song Benjik Scar, and literally I was like nope and sprinted it out. And that's all.
Hey, my awesome blue stars, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure to comment with blue hearts if you've reached this far, and also mention whose story was your favorite. Peace out, my awesome blue stars. Bye.